take?
It took about 7 or 8 weeks to teach him to bow, and it took him about as long to teach him to talk.
And do you think he's missing the fanfare and the racetrack?
He does miss it on a quiet day, but when you get days like this, he's back in his elements again.
Yes, he looks in absolutely fine form, and the crowd have really enjoyed him as well. Thanks for being here today.
Not a problem. Thanks very much.
If it starts to rain, let's put him in the Canberra Cup and give him a run in that. I reckon he'd start favourite this up. That's not to say the Canberra Cup's not a good field, but he used to love it wet, didn't he? He used to get through that mud like you wouldn't believe. Time for a short break. Harold Park is coming. Kunji. At Mandy at Canberra, $282 for Brian York, $4.30 Desert Action, $7.90 Mountain Time, $25.80 Quinella Trifecta, $655.30 on the Tyco International Class 6 at Canberra. Now, as they move in well for the Kunji at Sandown, Newcastle race 6.
Off and racing. Toil missed the start on the inside 2 lengths. Sunny Lane is the first to bounce out ahead of Our Sumo. Loquaz quickly up to 3rd in the early part. Dark Czar is improving very swiftly in the early stages. And then Yobro over on the outside of Yes Indeed when they go to the post the first time. Toil has settled down at the end of the field. And it's now as they head towards the turn out of the straight. Sunny Lane in front today, leading about a neck to Dark Czar. Our Sumo again pulling hard on the inside despite the fact he's got good cover. Next in the field then over on the outside is Loquaz, a length away 5th on the rail to Yes Indeed, followed by Yobro. 1.5 to Scrupulous, Tennessee Oak and Toil at the back of the field. 1,500 to go. Sunny Lane sets the tempo by a length and a half. Running second is Dark Czar. Our Sumo on the inside is 3rd, and he's settled a bit better now. A length away to Loquaz and 1 to Yes Indeed. 3/4 to Yobro. A length and a half to Scrupulous, Tennessee Oak and Toil is a length away last of all as they go past the 1,300. Sunny Lane trying to slow the tempo down. Led 3/4 to Dark Czar. A length and a half to Our Sumo. 3/4 to Loquaz is in the perfect place. 1.5 away, Yes Indeed, a neck to Yobro. 1.5 to Scrupulous on the inside of Tennessee Oak with Toil at the back of the field. Been no change, heading down the back. At the 1,000, Sunny Lane a half length in front. Dark Czar is second. 2 lengths to Our Sumo on the inside of Loquaz. 2 lengths to Yes Indeed on the inside of Yobro with Tennessee Oak starting a run nearing the 800 turn. They're trailed by Scrupulous and Toil. Off the back, Sunny Lane about a neck in front. Dark Czar is second. 2 lengths to Our Sumo on the inside of Loquaz with Tennessee Oak going around them. 2 lengths to Yes Indeed, bottled away on the inside when they neared the turn now. Toil is making his run wide round the outside of Yobro. Last in a bunched field is Scrupulous. Sunny Lane still the leader for home. From Dark Czar on the outside and Loquaz. Wider out Tennessee Oak. Our Sumo searching for somewhere to go as Sunny Lane shot 2 in front rounding the turn. From Dark Czar, Loquaz is coming on. Our Sumo still searching. Tennessee Oak and Toil down the outside. Sunny Lane in front. Loquaz trying hard. Tennessee Oak. Our Sumo's finally got through. Here he comes. Our Sumo getting to Sunny Lane now. Our Sumo pounced on the lead and then Toil, but Our Sumo draws away to win it. Our Sumo first. Maybe Sunny Lane held Toil for the minors. Next, Dark Czar, Yobro, Tennessee Oak, and they were followed further back by Yes Indeed with Loquaz and Scrupulous over on the outside of a pretty bunched field going over the line, but Our Sumo finally got the run.
240, 167, Sunny Lane. $2.20 and number 5, Toil to pay $170.
Super Tab 9, Our Sumo, $2.50 and $1.40. Number 7, Sunny Lane, $2.20 and $5 for 3rd. Toil to return, place dividend $170. 649 treble, $553.50.
There it goes. 7 is second officially, Sunny Lane, and 5 third, Toil, Damien Oliver. Numbers are 9, 7 and 5. Well, it would have been a crying shame to see him beaten in the race. Greg Childs was searching everywhere for runs. He was all over the place as he knew he had the horse to win the race, but it was just a matter of if the gap was going to come for him, and eventually it did open up near the 200. He got through next to Dark Czar, and he sprinted very, very quickly after Sunny Lane. It was a matter of once the gap came, there was no problem. He was going to win the race, and he went out and did that, and he did it very, very stylishly in 2:15.8, and he now does qualify if Bernie Myers, his trainer, wants to run him in the race. He's got 49.5 kilos. and he's beaten the ballot and he cannot be penalised. He carried 52 today, and the way he's improving, he's only had a handful of starts. It was only his 7th start, and he's won 4 of them.
I'll have to leave it there. Moving in at
No, number 9 paid $2.50 and $1.40. 2.20 Sunny Lane, $1.70 Toil. Quinella $8.80. Exacta $11.40 in the trifecta, $58.10. I know that Greg Childs has always had a very good opinion of that horse, our Sumo, and 3rd run back today. He got the money. It looked like he was going to get held up for a run. He was climbing all over their backs at the top of the straight, but once that run presented itself, he went through and just claimed the Group 3. Our Sumo winning the 5th at Sandown. Now at sale, actually, Michelle.
Thanks, Matt. And the Smart Cover Carbine Cup is the next here at Canberra. And we have all the Mounting Yard mail here with Michael Heath. Michael, what do you like in the next?
Very hard race, Michelle. The favourite on course with the bookmakers is number 10, Silver Roman, a visitor from Queensland. He's not going to get his own way in front this front run. I'm going to gamble against him. I do like number 14, Samson Grand, from the John Morrissey camp. Had the 3 runs back, all on wet tracks. He doesn't handle the wet at all. He's back on top of the ground today, and the 1,600 metre trip does look ideal. Formerly trained by Luke Freeman, as I said. He is a Flemington winner, Samson Grand. One for the value here, number 2, Margisay. Bet 25 to 1 with the bookmakers. Margisay will be storming home. Good value for the multiple players. And also number 5, Arrowhead Boy, City winner, 2 starts go, and does look exceptionally well in the Mounting Yard. Summing it up, though, 14 from 2 and 5.
OK, 14, 2 and 5, and that is for race number 6, the Smart Cover Carbine Cup. Well, let's just see how good Michael's predictions are when we come back.
One of his better tips there today was Short Sheeted, won the 4th race and paid about $9.70, so he's having a good day. And that sounded like Ian Craig calling them into the barrier for the next race. I'd say he'll be with us for the 6th event. In fact, yes, he is. Here's Ian at Canberra.
OK, thanks, Matt. And they're moving in well for the Smart Cover Carbine Club Class 6 plate, 1,600 metres, and about 5 to move in. The favourite here is number 10, and that is Silver Roman. Now about 4 to come up. Yes, thank you, Les, as our radio audience joins us. Beautiful day down here in the national capital, and a huge crowd for Canberra Cup Day 1997, quite in contrast to 12 months ago when the heavens opened about 3/4 of an hour before the first. But today, good luck has gone the way of the club, deservedly so, because the Black Opal meeting here was also run in rather inclement weather. The cup to follow this. Now Sun Jammer still riderless. Regulation Birdie is away. Larsin Kita hasn't moved up. Lazy Jack and Somewhat Black are still all away from the barrier stalls. Now Sun Jammer was in a rather frivolous mood in the enclosure and went round to the barrier well ahead of its rivals here. Now Sun Jammer is being led forward. Now Sun Jammer going up towards the gates. Shrewd Judge stands well. In goes Sun Jammer. Rider about to remount, and I refer to Greg Farrer. So everything's right with Sun Jammer. So we've got Larsin Kita, Somewhat Black, Regulation Birdie, and Lazy Jack to complete the line. Over $1,600, $15,200 is the overall purse. Good prize money, isn't it? Now, Somewhat Black is coming up. Larsin Kita, followed by Regulation Birdie, and Lazy Jack will probably be the last. Slowly but surely, they're getting them into line here. Somewhat Black reneged at the first attempt. Another effort made. And Somewhat Black won't go in. Lazy Jack has now gone forward. So Somewhat Black and Regulation Birdie. They're the 2 out. Now the rider has dismounted from Somewhat Black. Rider on Samson Grand is out of the saddle, taking his weight off the back of one of the fancied commodities. So the gatemen have had a few to work with here. Now Somewhat Black again with Johnny Scourse out of the saddle. No, Somewhat Black says not on your Nelly. Regulation Birdie obviously are waiting for Somewhat Black. Now they might have this horse in there, Somewhat Black. Yep, it's there. Regulation Birdie is coming up now. It goes in. So they're all set. There's the light. Racing and away to a pretty good start. Samson Grand and Marjusay drop off in the early stages, and Regulation Birdie and Our Red Boy are two of the early leaders. Sunjammer going quickly, and so too on the inside is Through Judge, and not far away as they settle fully into stride Lazy Jack, and a race for the lead. Lazy Jack, Sunjammer and Our Red Boy go for it down the back of the course from Silver Roman. Regulation Birdie, Sunjammer, Shrewd Judge, followed by Somewhat Black, and then comes Sylvania Boy. Fernley Prince and leading hand Marjusay, My Cavalier, and Larsin Keita whips them in. Down the back of the course they go, and one of the greys in the event, Lazy Jack, the clear-cut leader from Our Red Boy. The Queenslander Silver Roman third. Sunjammer is fourth, followed by Regulation Birdie, Somewhat Black and Shrewd Judge, followed at the head of the others by Samson Grand and two to Fernley Prince. Sylvania Boy hugging the rails, another 2 lengths to leading hand Marjusay, followed by My Cavalier, and Larsin Keita is the tail ender. On the side of the track they go, and they're inside the 600. Lazy Jack, the front runner. A half length on Our Red Boy. A length away third is Silver Roman. Somewhat Black is wide out, followed at the head of the others then by Sunjammer on the inside from Fernley Prince, and Samson Grand and Shrewd Judge badly in need of runs as they turn the corner. Lazy Jack first for home. A half length on Our Red Boy. A length of Sunjammer. Shrewd Judge the inside. Silver Roman, and then comes Regulation Birdie. Our Red Boy gets Lazy Jack, Shrewd Judge and Samson Grand are poking through. Then Sunjammer, Fernley Prince and Larsin Keita. Here's a go. Look at Larsin Keita right over them. Larsin Keita beats Samson Grand, nothing in it for third. Shrewd Judge and Our Red Boy from Fernley Prince and Marjusay. Then Sunjammer, Regulation Birdie, Silver Roman, followed by Lazy Jack. Sylvania Boy, Somewhat Black, followed by My Cavalier, and Absolute was leading hand.
Thanks to Ian Craig with that one for us. Canberra race 6 to Larsin Keita, number 12, $8.60 and $2.80. That's Brian York again. So the New South Wales extra double, York in the first leg, Ed Mandy, York in the second leg, Larsin Keita. Samson Grand, number 14, Michael Heath's selections run a big race, $2.80. It's a photo finish for third, and we'll confirm that third placing fairly soon. That's race number 6 at Canberra. The next event's the main event, the Qantas Canberra Cup, a $100,000 race, and back in the mounting yard, Hilton Donaldson has the latest on the Canberra Cup.
Well, one of the leading chances in this year's Canberra Cup is none other than Pragmatism, who, of course, is prepared by Clary Connors, and Clary joins us now on Sky Channel. Well, Pragmatism, I suppose, has been the centre of somewhat of a controversy of late, Clary.
Yes, he has. He's two of his last 3 starts. He's one day he run right out wide and knocked 2 or 3 horses over. Then last start, he just near the post, he ducked in with Shane Dye on and interfered with, and Shane got time over it, so he's a little bit of a devil, the horse.
Yeah, well, that's behind Pragmatism now. Today he's drawn a wide barrier, but he looks cherry ripe to run the 2,000 metres today.
Yeah, 2,000 metres is a nice distance for him, I think, and I'd like to join a barrier naturally, but from the barrier there we'll just go forward and hopefully slot up in the first half a dozen.
You elected to race in this particular event over the Port Macquarie Cup on Friday. Why was that?
Well, this was worth a bit more money. It's more than twice as much, closer to home.
That helps.
Yeah, the money and the distance to travel was much easier. So we've just hope we pull the right rein, that's all.
Congratulations on his success yesterday with the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas. $325,000 for Encounter winning yesterday, up to $1.6 million. His next assignment, will it be the Cox Plate?
Yes, Cox Plate's our next goal, so you know, that's what we're sort of heading towards. Horse pulled up well. Oh, if we can go there and win, that'll be fantastic.
3-year-olds have a fantastic record in the race. He gets in with 49 kilos. I believe Falonte will have something like 58 kilos. How do you think he'll handle that sort of thing?
Yeah, well, it's a great weight advantage, as you said, you know. So, you know, he's a top horse. We've got a good jockey on the horse and can ride the weight, so it's a big advantage. And, you know, at this stage, I think it's a 2-horse race, Falonte and my horse. I beat him over the mile at Randwick 2 starts ago, so I just hope I can beat him again.
It's advantageous too, the fact that Shane Dye can stay on the horse and ride at 49 kilos. That must make you fairly confident.
Yeah, it does. You know, to get somebody as good as Shane that can ride the weight and strong. He doesn't have to waste. Now, when we decided he's going to ride him, and he sort of started looking after himself for the George Main, he had to ride him in 49 kilos in. around about a week before, he just sort of goes a little bit steady, and he rode the horse quite easy. Couple of sponges underneath his saddle, a good sized saddle, and he's strong at the weight. That's a great advantage.
Well, first things first, best of luck today in the Canberra Cup.
Thank you very much.
Righty. Clary Connors there, the trainer of Pragmatism, one of the leading hopes in this year's Qantas Canberra Cup.
Very good trainer. In fact, I noticed the next race at Sandown's named after one of Clary's good fillies, the Arborea handicap. Clary had a lot of fun with Arborea. She won a few big races. Now we've got Harold Park coming up in a moment.
We are back at Canberra Cup, and of course sponsorship is very important to the day, and with us is Edward Federman from Tyco International. Hello Edward, and thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here today.
Tell me about your company.
Well, Tyco here in Australia represents Wormel Fire Systems, O'Donnell Griffin and Environ. We're the largest fire protection company and security company here in Australia and New Zealand. And we've been in Australia for over 100 years.
Wow. And your involvement here with the ACT Racing Club?
Yes, well, we're a very large part of the building industry here in the ACT. And we found that today's event was a terrific opportunity to take our clients and their families to a wonderful day at the races.
And are your clients having a good time?
A wonderful time. Yeah, they're all having a great time.
How many people would you have here today?
We have 60 clients and their families, yeah.
So you think this is a better option than going to the football?
Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves a lot more, and we get a lot more participation with their families, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Great to see you here today, and thanks again for your sponsorship.
Well, thanks very much. Yeah, that's terrific. Thanks.
Edward Federman from Tyco International. We're having a great time here at the Canberra Cup, but it's back to you, Matt, in the studio.
All right, Michelle, thanks for that. Yes, a beautiful day at Canberra this afternoon. They've really had been blessed with good weather for their main meeting of the year, or one of their main meetings. The Black Opal's the other one earlier in the year, but the Canberra Cup's always a real good day. Now, we've got Sandown coming up in a moment. The sixth event's the Arborea handicap for the 3-year-old fillies. Hit and Run here at $3.60, then 8.30 Astro Girl, 8.90 Elamonte, and Musical Chimes at $8.70. But Hit and Run from the Highland stable at 5-2 is the more favoured runner for race number 6, and Massawa there from the Cummings stable is $6.20. The rest of the field are pretty good odds. Stephen King on board Massawa, and this next event's actually the second pick on the Super Tab. Race 8, number 3, My Fabulous Star at Sandown's, now Lincoln Coffee. That's the last, replacing Stan Sakos, Lincoln Coffee on My Fabulous Star. Newcastle.
And a pretty good dispatch too. Hit and Run began well. So did Astro Girl and Maybelline. Heart of Egypt jumped quickly. Razorblade going forward. Elamonte's prominent out wide, and Zingaro deeper still. As they settle down now, passing the 1400, Tuscany Girl, Razorblade are the two leaders, with Tuscany Girl going a half length clear. Heart of Egypt a length away third, followed by over near the inside then is Miss Venor. Mazawa with the rail settling handy. Out wider then is Elamonte going forward, and they're followed a length and a half further back by Astro Girls in Garo. Hit and Run on the inside, and then Maybelline. 1.5 to Hazy Eyes, dug up on the inside of Like a Beal, and they're followed by Musical Chimes, Premium Blend. Back towards the end is Mathematical, and a length and a half to Marine Spirit, who dropped out to last from a wide gate. Here's the first turn looming up. Tuscany Girl at the 800 by 1 length running. Second is Razorblade, a length Delamonte. Nick Mazawa travelling sweetly fourth the rail, followed by Zingaro, Heart of Egypt, and Miss Venor. Back behind her, a length away on the inside is Hit and Run. Astro Girl niggled at coming towards the turners. Musical Chimes starts a run very wide around Maybelline. Hazy Eyes, and then Like a Bill, Premium Blend, Mathematical, and last of all is Marine Spirit. They set sail for the run in now. Tuscany Girl is tackled by Razorblade, 2 lengths to Elamonte. Mazawa just behind the leading horses. Hit and Run along the inside. Wider out is Zingaro, and Astro Girl very wide. Razorblade went to the lead at the 250. Elamonte is coming after it. Hit and Run is into the clear now. It's Razorblade with a good lead over Elamonte. Hit and Run, and Like a Beal is coming home with Astro Girl. Razorblade getting tight. Like a Beal is coming home hard. Razorblade just in front. Like a Beal dive. Not much in it between them. Razorblade and Like a Beal out wide. Third, gee, not really sure. Hit and Run is there with Premium Blend, Elamonte. Musical Chimes made ground out wide from Astro Girl, Mathematical, Mazawa. Then Tuscany Girl, followed by Miss Venor, Zingaro, Hazy Eyes, Maybelline, and towards the end of the field are at the end the Heart of Egypt back in company with Marine Spirit.
7 Razorblade showing 660 and 230. Number 9, which is Like a Beal, it's 1835.40, one hit and run 160, or number 12, Premium Blended, showing $14.
Number 7, Razor Blade, to pay $8.30 and $3.30. Number 9, Like a Beal, if it gets it, 16.24 even, one hit and run for third, 170, or number 12, Premium Blend, 15.20. 9-7 and a photo.
9-7 and a photo official. Like a Beal charging home has got the money. And another win for Greg Child. Second's gone to number 7, Razor Blade, Glenn Boss. And another photo for third. I think Premium Blend was one of a number of horses that was prominent.
It's about to chat to one of the famous pair.
One of the up-and-coming stayers in the world of racing is Kingston Shores, who's engaged, of course, in the Canberra Cup today, number 15. Beautifully weighted on 52 kilos. He's raced only 16 times for 4 wins. He loves Canberra. He's a last start winner on this track. I remember he sat 5 wide there, second up from a spell to win. Then he went to Sydney and beat Purist, and people started to take notice of Kingston Shores. And one fellow who's taken a great deal of notice of Kingston Shores is indeed Larry Cassidy. Larry, you're obviously very happy to be riding this horse.
Yeah, that's for sure. His run last start, although he got beaten, was very good effort. He raced a little bit keen, travelled wide, he done a few things wrong, and he drops a lot in weight too for this race, which is a big help.
Do you think the 2000 will suit him today?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, home track as well, which is a big advantage, I think. You know, he's raced well here before, and you know, with the weight he's got, he's going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah. Who do you see as your main danger today?
I think maybe Ripper. I think he's got a very good chance. Probably also Buzz Off and maybe Persian Fly.
You didn't have a great deal of luck yesterday in Melbourne, but you've been riding in sensational fashion. You are the leading rider in Sydney. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels good. Just suppose we just got to keep the roll going, and it'd be nice to pick up a decent race in Melbourne along the way.
What's it like when you get on that roll? Because you've ridden about 30 winners since the start of the season. What's it feel like when you... Do you get confident when that happens?
Yeah, you do. When you get on a roll and you're getting on the right sort of horses, your confidence does build, and you find things sort of go your way in a race a bit better. You know,
Take the right run.
Gaps will open in front of you, compared to when you're having a bad run, they'll close just as you get there.
Well, keep smiling. If you keep riding winners, you'll keep smiling, Larry, and good luck today.
Lovely, thank you.
Good on you. Larry Cassidy there, the jockey on Kingston Shores, prepared by Mike Petrovic here at Canberra, or Queanbeyan, nearby to Canberra, one of the leading chances in the Cup.
OK, Hilt, thanks for that. The race is about 10 minutes away, so we'll endeavour to have a look at the market for the Canberra Cup fairly soon. But they're at the barrier at Sale for race number 7. This is a 2,200 metre event. Ferdinand, $2.10. Time Chase at Brian York. Can he make it 3 straight wins? Buzz Off, $3.90. $9.90 Persian Flyer. Rippers at $6.80 Rod's Tip. Pragmatism there at $18. $11 for Nimzo Indian. $10 for Lord Gargantor. And Dorsal at $18 for the 7th. Buzz Off's going to run the Cup favourite. Chosen Warrior, number 14 at $19. Kingston Shores is the second pick at $5.80, and that's about it. It's a race of limited chances. There's a few roughies in the race on deck, and Dee's a good bloke, all 100 to 1. And Farzak there at $57 from the Cleary stable. Now, Tony likes Lord Gargantor. Kingston Shores and Ripper are the dangers, 8, 15 and 4. Lord Gargantor having to race on a good track today at Canberra. Normally he likes it wet. Tony thinks that it's not going to make much difference. He's tipping Lord Gargantor to win the Canberra Cup. Sponsored by Qantas. Now at Sale, the placings are 2-1, 8 got third. Proud Wealth, the place dividend is $2.90. They're now official. About the Canberra Cup, here's Hilton.
Thanks very much, Matthew. Well, the euphoria here trackside for the Qantas Canberra Cup is sensational. It's great to be here today. The crowd well over 6,000 for the Canberra Cup, and the runners are going to the barrier for this listed event worth $100,000. And Michael Heath has joined us, and we have the board here. This is the City Index Sports board, sponsored board, and of course these are TAB figures.
Indeed, yeah, the TAB here. Looking at the market, the big go on course is number 1 Buzz Off. Been very, very well tried. His price mirrors that is what the bookmakers are betting. He's been heavily supported. In fact, he's come in 2 twists since betting started, and he's very, very short and expected to prove hard to beat. Looking at the prices here, Persian Fly and Ripper are both, those prices are very similar to what's being bet on course with the bookmakers. And down towards the bottom, the Canberra runners, the local chargers, Chosen Warrior and Kingston Shores, well in commission on course with the bookies. Chosen Warrior well overs on course on the TAB, on the local TAB Super Tab. Kingston Shores, the bookies are betting 2 points better on course. A very difficult race, Hilton. The very good Canberra Cup field. I did come up with number 4, Ripper. He's going to get box seated. He looks magnificent. As you pointed out this morning, Toomey Hilton, he was very unlucky at Newcastle. You saw him there. He looks well. Brian Guys turned him out immaculately, and he'll get the run of the race. And, of course, Brian, you're going for a $10,000 bonus, which is significant. Persian Flyer I like. I thought he was well handicapped with 56 kilos. Gai Waterhouse. And dangers, certainly number 15, Kingston Shaw's been racing very, very consistently. Summing it up, Hilton, in what is a great field. 4 Ripper on top. Hardest to beat, 5 Persian Flyer and 15 Kingston Shaw's.
OK, they're the numbers from Michael Heath. The runners are moving in for the Canberra Cup. Back to you, Matt.
Righto, Hilton, thanks for that. Buzz Off is the TAB favourite. The pool, $231,000 and a field of 16, a big field lining up in the Canberra Cup. Last year it was won by that very handy country galloper, Dancing Sun. Harry Troy was on his back and he was the 4-1 favourite last year, beat the Phantom Chance. And Deja Sloop, Clary Connor's horse, filled 3rd spot last year, ridden by Len Beasley. Len's riding in the Cup again this year and he's got a pretty fair chance in the form of Nimzo Indian from the Bart Cummings stable. Kingston Shaw's there at $5.90. Gai Waterhouse also has a Canberra Cup trophy at home at Tulloch Lodge. JBC and Western Approaches ran the Quinella for Gai in 1995. At Sandown Like a Beal, $16.20 and $4 got the photo finish ahead of Razorblade $3.30. It was a dead heat for 3rd. Elamonte $1.40 and Premium Blend found the line well at $7.60. Now the Quinella $65.70, Exacta $158.70. The trifecta with 4 third, $601, and the trifecta with 12 third was $3,461.30. They're just about ready for the Qantas Canberra Cup, and let's go now to Tony Campbell.
Just waiting on Chosen Warrior, one of the local hopes to move forward. Down in Monterey, Farzak on deck. Ripper stands up. Lord Gargantor, Desert Chill. He's a good bloke. Nimzo Indian, Kingston Shaw's Dorsal. Classy Fella, Persian Flyer. Pragmatism, Buzz Off. Now they're all in. They're under starters' orders for the 1997 Qantas Canberra Cup. Stand by. Racing now, down in Monterey, down towards the inside, got away well and Ripper. Further out was Desert Chill, followed by He's a Good Bloke looking for the lead. Dorsal is going up and wide out. Ken Quest is gaining ground. Pragmatism is next, followed by On Deck as they race past the winning post. Then Lord Gargantor, followed by Kingston Shaw's. Nimzo Indian racing on the inside of Classy Fella, followed by Buzz Off. Now Persian Flyer second last and Chosen Warrior last of all as they swing out of the straight and race up the side inside the 1600. And the local galloper, He's a Good Bloke, bowling along about 3 in front of Down in Monterey. A length to Dorsal, followed further back in the field Ken Quest. Down towards the inside, Ripper Prominent, followed by Pragmatism. A length behind those Farzak, a similar margin, Desert Chill, followed by Lord Gargantor. On Deck is on the outside of a break of about 2 then. Kingston Shaw's on the outside of Nimzo Indian. A further break, Classy Fella, followed by Persian Flyer down on the inside. 2 behind those, Buzz Off is second last. At a length and a quarter then, Chosen Warrior last of all. In the backstretch, inside the 1,000 metre mark. Little change in the order. He's a Good Bloke, about 3/4 of a length in front of Dorsal. A half a length down in Monterey. Ken Quest is 4th, followed then by Pragmatism. Beautifully positioned Ripper on the rails. A break of about 2 to Farzak, followed by Desert Chill. Then Lord Gargantor on the inside. On Deck is racing on the outside. A length and a half behind those Kingston Shaw's running on. A break then Nimzo Indian, followed by Classy Fella. Buzz Off giving the leaders a big start. Persian Flyer second last. And Chosen Warrior last of all. They're packing up as they swing towards the turn. Dorsal has raced to the lead now. Dorsal leads the field. Down in Monterey on the outside. Ken Quest is battling on, followed by Farzak. Down the outside, Pragmatism. Ripper into the clear is running on well. And Kingston Shaw's is putting in a run down the outside. And back behind those, Nimzo Indian. Dorsal kicked away. At the 200, Dorsal in front. Down in Monterey second, followed then by Kingston Shaw's. Down the outside, Dorsal is taken on now by Down in Monterey. And Down in Monterey wins the Cup. Down in Monterey first, flashing up Kingston Shaw's. I think Dorsal may have got 3rd in front of Buzz Off. Then Pragmatism, Chosen Warrior back behind those. On Deck, Lord Gargantor, Persian Flyer, Farzak. Then Ken Quest, Desert Chill, Nimzo Indian. Buzz Off pulled up very quickly after crossing the line. Back behind those in the field. Then Classy Fella and He's a Good Bloke was the last one across the line in the Qantas Cup for 1997. A tremendous finish, folks. Down in Monterey, number 11, ridden by Jamie Whitney. And the time for the race, 2:02.14. That's a very good time. Now 2:02, that has broken the course record, would you believe? Now 2:02.14.
that has broken the course record and also the class record. Course record broken here in sensational style by Down in Monterey, trained by Ken Callaghan at Goulburn, raced by Mrs. L.M. Matthews, Dr.